Hey guys, what up? It's Goose TV here again today, and today I'm back with another Madden mobile video on my channel. Now today's video, guys, I thought I'd kind of tone it down a bit, and we're going to do somewhat of a beginner's guide to the auction house. Not necessarily a beginner's guide, I'm going to do some different things, like such as show how to create sniping filters and things in this video, but kind of a guide to the auction house, how to price things, how it really works, or at least how we think it works, and basic functionality of it in general. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on my post notifications so you never miss any of my videos. 65% of you guys are not subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let's try to get this video to 200 likes. So the auction house is obviously one of the biggest parts of the game. This is something that for me is one of the most fun things, being able to make coins, sell items, all these things, and the auction house is kind of the hub for your team and making these coins. So let's kind of start off basic functionality. You can scroll through, and this is where you're going to buy and sell cards. Buy now is just buying it once. Bidding is where you can get them for a little bit cheaper, and you have to bid against other people, whatever. So in recent years, the auction house has been controlled by a bot due to coin selling, but I believe this year they have toned it back where you have, I think it might be player-to-player interaction, which is really cool. I'm not exactly sure how that works or how that's going to work, but that's looking like what it is this year. So for the most part, there are some price floors and price caps, so you can't post them too low or you can't post things way too high. But still, for the most part, it is player-to-player this year. You can search for specific auctions, narrow down your search by a player name, overall rating. Each player has an overall, obviously, the tier, the power, and you can really kind of customize what you really need on the auction house with these specific teams, all these different programs. Right now, there's obviously not a lot. In the future, there's going to be a lot more. You can buy collectibles, you can buy players, you can buy all this stuff. But yeah, like I said, you can filter it by the team, by the player, by the program. You can see specific programs, like right now, these NFL 100 84s or the 86s, or the specific power players. You only see a couple 86s up. I'm seeing mainly 84s for these. But with the auction house, this is how you're going to be able to make coins, snipe, and kind of get as many, and sell cards as well. So let's do kind of a pricing kind of guide. I do have some extra elites on my bench, so you can go to here and click auction search, and it'll kind of come up with all of that player, that specific player, the power. It'll show both powers. Now this card has dropped a lot in price since I pulled it the other day, but as you can see here, you can scroll through and see what this card is kind of quote-unquote going for. The cheapest one up is 417k. I'm seeing a lot for 500. Now elites are a little bit harder to price because they are a little bit less rare and a lot more coins. So as we can see here, that one's up for, that's pretty cheap. I'm gonna put this up for 450k. Will it sell? I don't know, but we'll have to see there. But we'll put that up. I pulled 2 Patrick Mahomes last night out of all pro packs, and I can scroll through and see kind of the cheapest up, see what people are selling them for. There's a lot of them up, but I can see what the cheapest right now is 230k right there, 213. That's actually really cheap. If we can continue to scroll through here, we see a lot of 250. I'm gonna post this for like 225, and then the bid, if you want to get a little bit less coins but have a higher chance of it selling, you can do it a little bit lower, so I'll do that at 200 there. Then there's also obviously the higher overall golds. Right now we'll talk about what to price things and like what certain things go for, what positions are going for the most. High overall golds are a lot of coins, and obviously as the year goes on, things drop in price. So you know, we're in the first week and a half in the game. People really want to upgrade their teams, especially with NFL 100 out, where you kind of need an 80 overall team to get those higher rewards. So people really want those higher overall cards, and they're going to go for a lot of coins. For a gold, like what? This goes for 160k. That's crazy for a gold, but right now that's the reality of it. And as the year goes on, those will go down in price as we get higher overall cards, and these become cards that you don't really want. Program players are a little bit different here. They have higher power. This one goes for, I can probably post for 85k, so let's do that now. So that's kind of how you're pricing items or whatever. Now Certain positions go for more than others. Punters are very, very high cards. A 74 would usually go for like 15k, and this card goes for 75k or in the 70s. So obviously we're gonna post that up here for 75k. I've noticed that linebackers are actually kind of expensive, so let's do like 75 line. So if you look at like 75 pluses, and we go to like 30k, you're gonna see obviously there's probably gonna be a lot here. But if we look at specifically linebackers, if you see, there are none up for 30k. Let's kind of see what these 75 linebackers are going for. Whatever reason, linebackers and middle linebackers are very, very expensive. I want to see if there's any middle linebackers in here. Probably not. Probably not. So we can go up to 60 or 70k maybe. Let's try 70. That's probably going to be a good price. There are still no auctions found. So certain positions are going for a lot more than others. If we look at 90k. You will see that there are some up, but these are only 85s. There's an 86 Shaq Barrett that probably goes for a lot more. If we look at like 79 linebackers for fun, let's just do specifically 79 linebackers and middle linebackers. You will see how much these are going for. There's probably not going to be a lot up. There's only a couple, and as you can see, they're going for like 250k or 200k. So linebackers are a lot more expensive than others. I don't have a reason for that, but let's kind of talk about how the market can fluctuate a little bit. Certain things kind of influence the way that cards can sell and what their prices are. If you remember with icons, if we go to sets, if we go to programs, you can see with icons we had the 81s and even the 74s of certain positions. These 81s were pretty easy to get. So if you look on the auction house, these 5 positions, the D-end, offensive guard, cornerback, halfback, and wide receiver, they're all cheaper than a lot of the other positions. Quarterbacks generally as well are cheaper than others because a lot of people are literally just using the Lamar, which is what I'm doing obviously for my team. So people don't have a reason to get a quarterback. So in general, if people don't want them for their team or they're not going to have them on their team, those cards are going to be cheaper and not going to sell. And then there's also things like what's the best way to put this? Kind of investing. Investing is something that takes a lot of skill, a lot of smarts, but if you know when to catch it or you know what to do and when to kind of hold on to cards, that's really important. So investing is holding on to cards, buying, maybe in bulk or not even in bulk, buying one card and investing and kind of waiting until there are more coins. So an example of this are the program players. The way you can filter out program players is literally just with power. You can go 70 plus. I want to see what these are going for right now. I would imagine probably not more than 13k. Never mind, they are going for 13k and getting immediately bought at 13k. If we go to 14k, I just want to see what these are going for because I sold some for oh my gosh, these are extremely expensive. So talking about investing, so the NFL 100 promo top 100 promo came out. So these are literally still going for 15k. That's absolutely insane. So I should have waited. I should have waited to sell these. So these 70 plus program players were going for 10k yesterday, literally before the top 100 promo came out, because you can use them for sets for the promo. These cards were going for 10k, and if you knew this promo was coming by looking at the sneak peeks and things, then you could get prepared and buy a bunch of these, and then if you bought them all for 10k, you can sell them all for 15k right now if you wanted to, and you make some profit with that. Investing is being smart about it. And then there's also some different options. We haven't had signatures in the game yet, but I would definitely expect them to be coming out soon. They're usually like kind of cash packs, but they're rare cards. They're very hard to get they're very hard to get, and they continue to get more rare and more rare as they're out, as they're not in the game. Or like the GOAT players, not the GOAT players, the icon players. If you look at icon players, the 86s, these cards are going to start to diminish because they're going to be much harder to get. I wouldn't say I don't really have a smart card to invest in, but there's a chance that these cards go up in price as more and more people put them on their team. And then the other thing is with the Evo players, once you Evo them up to 2 overall, they become unauctionable. So that takes one less out of the market, one less kind of card that can be auctioned, which is going to drive the price up because it's going to create a higher demand. People are willing to pay more for it. So investing is pretty fun. Now let's talk a little bit. The last thing I'm going to talk about is kind of creating your own sniping filters. So for example, let's do 75 plus for 40k, right? and you see, okay, there are a lot of safeties, wide receivers, centers. Those were all free players given to us, so that kind of sucks. So you can go whatever, wide receiver, safety, and center. Now you go back and check it. You say, okay, now I see a lot of quarterbacks. Go here, take out quarterback. Now you can see that we are starting to get somewhere. Now you see halfbacks, so now you can take out halfbacks. Take out halfbacks here, and you look what we have. And you literally have a sniping filter right here. Now, some of these may not go for a lot, but as you can see, some of these over here, Ron Leary, Deion Dawkins, those sold for their respective prices when they can go for a minimum of 40K. Now, obviously, sometimes you get higher. So the auction house refreshes every 5 minutes. Whatever cards got posted in that 5-minute span go up every 5 minutes, and you can kind of look at your timer. It's maybe a little bit off. It literally just dropped. This is a snipe right here. We got a live snipe for you guys. That's perfect. That's literally how you snipe. That couldn't have been any more perfect. 76 Jimmy Smith. Let's see what he's going for. 76 Jimmy Smith, auction search. He is going for 50K, and we just got him for 30K. That's literally sniping. That's how you can make coins with sniping. Refreshes every 5 minutes, so you can keep on clicking that refresh button until something drops. We got super lucky there, and that is how to snipe. And that is my guide to the auction house. I just thought it would be a fun video. I know there's still a lot of beginners in the game that really want to know how this auction house works, the kind of the basics behind it. So I wanted to show you guys how this worked. Today's post notification shout out goes out to BNGL. Be the first person to comment on a video for the next video's post notification shout out. But anyways, guys, that is just about it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm Goose TV, and I'm out. I'll see you guys later.